We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. Steve and Jill here.
Hello.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Stephen Jack Butella.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from sweet, sunny Scottsdale, Arizona.
Today, Jill and I talk about how it's Jack Thursday, just for engineers and business owners.
Bye-bye.
We have a tremendous number of business owners and engineers in our group, and I'm going to talk about why, and so is Jill. Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free, and if you're already a member, I urge you to join us on Discord.
Okie dokie. Chris wrote, "Hi, my name is Chris B, and I've only been a member for maybe 2 weeks, and I've watched all the videos." Chris, those are 2 weeks you'll never get back. Just kidding. Good for you. I am happy you blew through that. I didn't know if there was a place on the website to make myself available to fund deals. Any input is appreciated. There is. There's two ways.
There's two that I know of, but maybe let's see if they're the same.
One is where you could be watching for deals via Land Tank and House Tank, where people need money. That's where they post them, and you can just go in there and grab them.
Get on Land Tank and make sure that you turn your notifications on, because every single deal, without exception, that goes to Land Tank, it gets gobbled up within minutes by other funders. That's one way. What's your other way?
Well, every January we put out a master list where so you'll get on the next one, Chris. We publish who you are, all your contact information, any details about, how much money you're willing to spend per deal, how much money you're willing to spend in total. If there's any parts of the country that you like, any nuances about how much you're willing to help or not help or whatever it is, funding other people's deals. That's it. The other way I'd say, put it in maybe in Land Investors. I'm trying to think where else you can.
Nobody listens to that funding deal, and it comes out once a year anyway. It's just kind of cool to know that there's $100 million available to people who are in Land Academy to do their good deals.
I look at it.
So it's a cool thing. I look at it too, but it's once a year.
Okay.
There's a section in Discord called "Would You Fund This Deal?" And people who need transactions funded, us included sometimes. We do some deals that are so big that we don't want to bite it all ourselves. There's a section called "Would You Fund This Deal?" If I were you. And there's other people in this group that have no intention of ever sending out a mailer. They just want to fund other people's deals, which is fine. Mm-hmm. People like from institutions and hedge funds and stuff actually are members. Mm-hmm. I would go be real loud about it in Discord and say, I fund deals, and they better be damn good deals. And you better be really intelligent, or else I don't want to work with you. And I would really be that clear about it. Because you will.
Not you, Chris. You tell them that if you want. Yeah.
Yeah. You better be intelligent and nice and and have only 5-star deals.
Give us your checklist. This is Jack's like, here's what I expect. Like, come on, are we working together?
Between the two of us, Jill and I'm not allowed to fund deals.
Correct.
Because of this attitude I have.
Yep. As you can see, he's still on step 1 of my 10-step anger program.
You know what the truth is? When I get a funding deal in, for some reason, people reach out to me specifically to fund deals, which is fine. That is funny. Which is fine. I go to other members, even without Jill. I don't even talk about it with Jill. Yeah. I go to other members and I ask them to come in on the funding side of it so they can actually manage the manager.
Exactly. Whatever. He has his own, but I don't know what the word is, willy-nilly way of getting things done. I have it in a system, but okay.
Today's topic, it's Jack Thursday, just for engineers and business owners. This is why you're listening. Why, Jill? We have so many engineers, accountants, and pilots in our group, but disproportionate amount of engineers, all kinds. Electrical, aerospace, mechanical,
data,
software. Yeah.
Numbers.
Data and numbers.
It's a numbers thing. I agree. And that they understand. They understand
this is
checklists.
This is Moneyball.
They understand procedures. And you do this first, then you do this. And there's a great spreadsheet called the red, yellow, and green test that you go extract this data. You put it in here. you add this and this, and you hit the button, and bingo, you can see the top 3 ones. You can go, oh, I get it. There's just no question. This is where I need to send the next mail based on this criteria. And you can adjust your criteria. It's all just how they think. It's very natural to them. And I understand that.
We take the
It's
risk.
not a feeling. It's not a dartboard. It's not, oh, I heard a rumor.
We take all the risk and emotion out of buying and selling real estate.
Mhm.
There's no dartboards anywhere in our office. There never have been.
Mhm.
We don't take all the risk out. We take 98% of the risk out of doing a land deal.
You might start with a thing like, I heard X company or X something. Everybody's leaving here and going there. You might read some articles that point you in that direction, but you don't do it. You don't dive in based on your gut. Then you go and check it and make sure it's right, and then you make a good decision.
Everybody's moving to Austin, Texas. It's the hottest place to move for some reason right now. If you look at Austin in a zip code map perspective, this is why engineers and accountants flock to the Land Academy. You deconstruct Austin with no emotion. You take the zip codes and you look at each zip code and you run through the system that I designed called the red, green, yellow test. Each one of those zip codes, it will tell you where to send mail. So what has the lowest days on market? How many properties are actually listed for sale? All different kinds of properties, land, apartment buildings, you name it. Versus the universe of properties in that market. You want that number to be real low. You want your days on market to be real low or in the middle range right now. And a bunch of other statistics that make it red, green, or yellow.
Mm-hmm.
And so now you know if you actually end up with a property there through the mail, what it's going to sell for with great predictability, how much it's going to sell for, price per square foot or price per acre, depending on what type of property you're buying, how long it's going to take to sell it within reason, and the exact amount that you need to send the offer out so that you make money.
And you just hit the button and
That
do it.
makes sense to engineers.
It does. Makes sense to me.
It makes sense to me
Should
too.
make sense to you too. Think about that.
Yes. That's my whole point to this show, this episode.
If you knew
If
that
this doesn't make sense
if
to
you
you,
knew and you had data, this is the whole thing here. If you had hard data, and you can go back 6 months, a year, how far you feel comfortable and go, holy cow, every single house in this zip code priced at or below, $300 a square foot, whatever it is, in any condition, flies off the shelf within 23 and a half days. And it hasn't changed. It's only improved in the last 6 months. What does that tell you?
so then your job quite simply becomes getting offers in the hands of all the people that have like-kind real estate in that market that you've analyzed over and over and over again until somebody signs, or many people sign them.
Yeah. And if it's a house, maybe it might be 5,000.
Yep.
Let's just say it took you 5,000 to get one person
Let's say it's 10,000.
to agree to sell this house at $80,000 below whatever, because it's a disaster. They're COVID nuts. Let's just line it all up. Mom died. They're COVID nuts. They don't want anybody walking in there, and they don't even want anybody to see what the garage looks like. They can't wait to get this off, and they're willing to do that. They're happy to do that, by the way. It's not like, this is one of the things too, I have to just let people know that this really does happen. There are a lot of people out there like, I'd rather, you and I almost did this. We were going to take there's things that we've almost sold and taken a hit because I just want it done right now and done fast.
We do this all the time.
Yeah.
All the
Think
time.
about your last garage sale, everyone. How many times have you at the end of the day said, I don't care if somebody gets it for free, get it off my yard.
That's it. And we're about to do that.
I could take pictures of it and get it on
Sure.
eBay or OfferUp or whatever, next door or something like that.
I'll give you an
I could
example.
spend some time and
Here's
and make $20.
Here's
Do
a
I
great
care?
example
No.
of I'm going to throw Jill under the bus.
Oh.
Jill has a girlfriend in California that said this over drinks like a year ago. Oh yeah, when we moved from Texas, it didn't make sense for us to move any of the furniture because the moving cost was more expensive than the actual value of all the furniture. So we just bought all new stuff, new silverware, everything.
Yep.
So guess what? Jill did a spreadsheet, and she had her personal assistant do all the research and calculated that it costs about the same to move all of our stuff versus getting new stuff from California to Arizona.
That's assuming nothing gets damaged.
And all the other variables and that time, like time wasn't even a factor,
Yeah.
like our time.
Yeah.
So, hey, someone's going to get a house full of really good, like beachfront stuff
Mm-hmm.
for very, very little to nothing.
Lightly used because we're not there.
Yep.
But so that's the point. So this group, we knew it, but it's good to talk about. If you're a data person, you're a numbers person, you fall into these categories, this will come really easy to you. And if you really understand, you live in Excel, you don't know how to do anything outside of Excel, then this will come really easy to you. And for everyone else, you can get there, you can learn it. And it's so nice knowing that you will have data to keep you from making any big mistakes. And we teach you and show you how to use that data and double check your thoughts and your gut and make sure you're doing it right.
So what can go wrong in that Austin example I just did? What can actually go wrong? It's not all peaches and cream,
Okay,
right?
okay.
There's always a catch to something.
Let me think here. So at what point in the process, give me an example.
Here's what I think can go wrong. Austin is such a hot market specifically. When you have such low days on market, there's a bunch of MSAs, a bunch of big cities around right now that I would never send mail personally to Austin because the market's too hot. There's too much stuff going on. People are too in tune with their houses and their land and the values.
So you have to send more mail then.
So sending somewhere, if you do a red, green, yellow test around Austin, let's say there's like 3 rings. There's the city itself, and then the outer ring, and then
5 miles
and then
out, 10 miles out.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I'll tell you what, 10, 20 miles out of Austin, you're going to make some dough.
Yeah.
And I'm just using Austin as an example, but most MSAs.
Well, here's another possibility too, because I talked to somebody about this. You're hitting a market that's really, really, really hot, and you're used to making $80,000 a deal. You might make 60.
Yeah.
You might have to come in a little
Exactly.
higher because the market's so hot, but you're still, if you do the volume and you do it right, you're still going to make some good money.
Jill and I were famous.
And it'll happen faster. So there's a trade-off.
Up to the COVID time, we're for scraping the bottom from a price standpoint.
Right.
If I concluded that $800 an acre was retail, we would go in at 100. Ever since COVID and how hot these markets are, we don't do that anymore. And we're making way more money than we ever had. We'll come in now at $200 or $300 or $400 or $500 an acre.
Because you know what's nice, what's happening? Here's some little truth time. So we come in higher. By the time I'm putting it up for sale, I can even sell a little bit higher.
Yeah.
So it's working out.
Right.
And we've always known that, when these markets, you could, within reason, the spread won't change, but how much you buy it and what you sell it for will be, you buy a little higher, you sell a little higher, you buy it lower, you sell it lower. So that's kind of the goal.
There's always 4 or 5 people in our group at any given time that obsess on this percentage. What percent of the sale price that I've determined through scraping or whatever, the retail price of the property, should I make an offer? And I've never understood that. I don't understand obsessing on between 15% or 20%.
Because everybody wants one number.
I know, and there's not one number.
But here's the reason
Austin,
why.
And Austin's different than Phoenix, different than Los Angeles, different than Manhattan.
Well, and you're different. Your threshold. What if Steven's doing 25%? I'm going to do 30. What if I'm come right behind him with 30%? I might get some more stuff.
The answer is, how much confidence do you have in your sales ability? That's the answer.
That too.
And how hot the market is. If every single piece of property, we're in a market right now, sending mail, where every property, it goes up for sale, and with a day, somebody buys it. Right. It's under contract. So
it's really just numbers.
You got to believe. So you got to
too.
believe that I'm going in really high, because I have so much sales confidence in these on the sell side.
Right. I'm never going to mail right behind you though.
You got really off topic.
We did.
Really happy you could join us today.
Yeah, as am I. And 5 days a week, you can find us right here on the Land Academy Show.
Tomorrow, the episode on the Land Academy Show is called Jill Friday. So much fun looking at our properties. You are not alone in your real estate ambition. Jill and I bought a new toy.
Yes, we did.
According to the IRS, though, it's a tool.
It is a tool.
It's a tool.
It is. Hey, you need to send out a few thousand offers to property owners like us. Check out offers, 2, owners.com. Offers2owners.com. No setup fees, free mail merge, and exceptional service. We should know, as it is our company. Give offers to owners a call today.
We're Stephen Jill.
and
Information
inspiration.
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you found our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.